Thanks for joining us. Tonight, the wildfires in and around Los Angeles are growing and fast. The images are heartbreaking. Within the last 2 hours, emergency crews saying a new fire has sparked, this one in the hills over Hollywood, very close to the well-known Sunset Boulevard. That fire burning 20 acres at this hour. At least 5 people have died, according to the California governor, but he says he fully expects that number to go up. Meanwhile, more than 1,000 structures have burned and 150,000 people are under evacuation orders, according to CNN. To put that in perspective, that's about half the population of St. Paul. In Pasadena, that included more than 100 residents and staff at a nursing home rushing in the night to escape the Eaton fire. Crews used everything from vans to armored SWAT trucks to help evacuate. That fire has burned more than 10,000 acres. And officials are begging people to stay away.
Please, 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 if you don't need to be in the area, we don't need you in the area. Recognize that when we drove up there, these are fires that are actively taking place as we speak.
Meanwhile, the Palisades fire, now the most destructive in LA history, burning nearly 16,000 acres. At this hour, it is still 0% contained. LA Fire say they've been asking off-duty firefighters to come in to help, and that 3 1-million-gallon tanks that supply the Palisades fire hydrants have run dry. Among those who lost just about everything, a Minnesota native and her family living in the Pacific Palisades. She told our Raya Katene she has never seen anything like this. Raya?
Yeah, Julie Locke was born and raised in the Twin Cities. Her family still lives in Robbinsdale, but she did move to LA for work more than 2 decades ago. The fires forced her and her husband to evacuate yesterday, and Julie left this morning for a work trip in New York and will be heading back to California at the end of the week, even though right now there's not much left for her to come home to. In just one night,
there's nothing left.
Julie Locke lost almost everything.
We did not envision this,
including her home,
coming even close to this.
The Minnesota native has lived in California for 25 years. Have you ever experienced anything of this scale before?
No. This community is over 100 years old, and many of the buildings and restaurants and structures have been there for that whole time.
But not anymore. The wildfires decimated Julie's neighborhood in the Palisades.
They're just, everything's so close together. There's so much vegetation. It all just, if it blows, the embers will set anything on fire. And that's basically what happened.
I never thought it would make it to the Alphabet Streets.
This video shows Julie's street after she and her husband evacuated Tuesday afternoon, then received a call from a friend with the fire department.
Called us very sincerely and said, "We're so sorry, but your house is totally gone."
Julie says she didn't pack much, having had to evacuate a couple times before and never imagining it would come to this.
I think we all thought, like we did, it's all going to be okay. We might have some smoke damage or things like that, but never a total loss. Like Armageddon, you know, it's just everything's disappeared.
Now she's not sure exactly what comes next, but even having lost so much, there's one thing she will never lose.
We're home state true Midwesterners. At the end of the day, my roots are in Minnesota and my family, but as well as my approach to life. Just keep praying for us because we're going to need it.
And I did reach out to both the Minneapolis and St. Paul fire departments today just to see if there's any possibility of them sending any crews to California. And while I didn't hear back from Minneapolis, the deputy chief with St. Paul Fire tells me the department actually does not require or officially offer wildland firefighting training, so they will not be assisting. But he does say everyone with their department is praying for the safety of the people and responders affected by the wildfires.
Yeah,
Julie.
we'll sure be thinking about Julie and everybody else out there in California. Thank you, Raya. Right now, the Vikings are still scheduled to face the LA Rams in Los Angeles. The NFL says it's keeping a close eye on the fires, and if they need to move the game, the backup plan is to play in Arizona at State Farm Stadium. The NFL says it's staying in touch with local officials, the teams, and the NFL Players Association. We will, of course, keep following updates from California and bring them to you. Stick with KARE 11 for the latest.